sometimes I just sit here and look and contemplate. Why do I make life hard for myself? Hey mini enthusiasts, how you doing? Welcome back. I hope you're having a great week. So today what we're going to do, just a bit more faffing around. So I thought I'd show you the steering wheel. So I mentioned in the last one that I've got a new steering wheel which is just plain black. This is the beige one that's on there. They all wear. I don't know why they put the coloured part on, you know, the bit that you grip the most. Would have been better if the top and bottom were coloured. But yeah, so it looks horrible that it's worn. Not so much this side. So I've got a new steering wheel, but what I'm going to do is when I take this one off, I've seen you can buy some leather spray paint. So I might have to go out painting that. Same with the gear knob. Gear knob's just as worn. It's not in that bad a condition really. The stitching's not ripped or anything. So we'll give that a go. So next thing on the list, there is no real list actually, I'm just picking at bits as we go through at the moment, is the stereo. So it did have an aftermarket stereo in here which was a load of rubbish. So first thing I did was rip that out. It come with an original mini cassette player, branded mini one. So these are actually getting a little bit difficult to get hold of. In fact the CD players go for quite good money now. But this is the tape deck. But yeah, be nice to have it back to original. The problem is it doesn't work though. So if I switch on the ignition and I switch it on, we just get the backlight and nothing else. So I've checked the live, the earth and everything like that. And I think it's got an internal problem. So as it is, this is scrap. So we're going to take it apart and see if we can fix it. Right, I have spent probably the last hour and a bit trying to fix this head unit. It didn't work. I'm not going to bore you to tears with watching how I tried to fix it and failed. So cue the fast forward. dead, isn't it? Well. Right, next bit's a bit boring. So prior to any welding, I just want to get as much interior out of the car as possible. So I've already all the carpets out. Just going to get all the seats out now. Anything else fabric, I'll probably take the seat belts out as well. Yeah, just to avoid any damage from welding. I can clean them up while they're out. I just don't know what I'm going to do with them. Might have to try and find a space for them up in the loft. But yeah, bear with me. I'll time lapse this bit because it's really boring. And but it is a step along the way. Right, so I've just taken the door bin out on this driver's side. Obviously it's an MPI mini set that has seatbelt pre-tensioners in it. So you have to be very careful with these. You need to sort of disconnect the battery before you start working on it, leave it for a good sort of 5-10 minutes. Disconnect the pre-tensioner, take it all out very carefully. It should be stored in a safe place. I think they have, well, they usually have like a small explosive charge in them which pulls via a cable onto the seatbelt to lock it in place. So you need to be careful not to bang them around. Don't want to inadvertently set one off. I've just taken this door pin out with the seatbelt and everything. One bit I'll probably show you in a moment I was quite surprised about was the rear bins. They're riveted on with black rivets. I think that must be factory. But I can't say I've seen an MPI with them riveted, so everyone I've probably had has at some point had the door bins out. But this one, I don't think these door bins have ever been out. That's the inside all stripped out now. Yeah, and it's pretty much ready for welding really. Cutting the bits out, starting welding it. Before we start welding, there's a few bits I have to do. So the floor pan here, I don't know whether you can see it there, is bent up. That other side is a lot worse. So the other side is really bent up. So I'm going to beat that down before I start welding anything because it just makes sense. It'd be easier to beat down now. Inside of the door bins, really pleased about them. I mean, look at that. That's probably the cleanest inside of a door bin I've seen for a long time. A few other prep bits we've done. So I've disconnected the SRS ECU, which sits on the floor here. Yeah, just because we're going to be welding, I will probably disconnect the engine ECU as well, just to be on the safe side. It's never usually a problem, but while I'm there, don't want to risk it. wiring over the other side, so this main harness up the middle should be all right where it is, but I do just need to be mindful of that. And the only other thing, this soundproofing on this side where it absorbed all that oil is still soft. It's probably going to be soft for years. I don't know whether to take it out or just leave it. I mean, I kind of like this just because of the originality of it. Yeah, don't know whether to touch it or not. Obviously, where I'm going to weld, I'm going to have to cut it out and take it away, otherwise, because it catches fire really easily. Apart from that, headlining staying in. I'm probably not going to replace the headlining at this stage. I'm probably going to attempt to clean it with a wet and dry vacuum cleaner, just because of the cost. Doing a headlining will add an extra 150 quid onto the build, and yeah, I just need to be mindful of how much money it owes me. So I've just taken out as much as I can at the moment. So you notice all the seat belts are out, gear lever gaiters, things like that. I might take the dash out at some point. I've laid everything out on the bench here. I just need to find storage for all these bits now, somewhere to keep them safe, clean, tidy. So there, gear lever gaiter is really grubby anyway, so it'll help me clean it up while it's out of the car. Gear knob, like I say, I'm thinking about getting them recoloured. Seat belts on this car are in amazing condition. They're really clean, really tidy. So yeah, I'm going to pack them up, keep them somewhere clean. Rear door bins, they're fine, and just a few other bits and bobs really. So that's it, I think, for this week. Found a few bits in there as well. That's just a bung out of one of the seals and a spare screw. So I'm sure we'll work out. I'm sure we'll find a missing screw somewhere along the line. So that's it this week. Thanks for tuning in. The updates will be coming thick and fast now, so it's in the garage. And yeah, I think next video we're probably going to be starting to chop those seals out. So thanks for tuning in this week, guys and girls, and catch you again next time.